Hello you guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are a returning viewer. Today I'm going to be assembling a cake or a few things. So if you are a returning viewer or if you are a new viewer, at the beginning of this year 2026 I decided I was going to become a baker and perfect the craft of being a baker. And the reasoning why is because I was tired of paying so much money for cakes that either didn't look good, didn't satisfy what my vision was, or didn't taste good. And a lot of times if I found a baker that it tasted good, their decor decoration lacked, and if their decor was really good, then the flavor lacked. And I was tired of doing that, paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars when I wasn't fully happy with what I was paying for. So I decided I was going to become a baker and create cakes that I loved and also looked good. And 7 months later, or almost 8 months later, because tomorrow's August 1st, I am pretty confident in my craft and what I've been doing. My flavors are great, and my decoration, anything that I try decor wise, I can pretty much nail. I'm pretty close. Definitely can always use the more practice, but I'm pretty proud of myself and how far I've come in the 8 months. So the order for today is a 2-tier cake with a smash cake and 2 dozen treats. So a dozen chocolate covered pretzel rods and a dozen chocolate covered caramel pretzel rods. And this is the other thing. At the beginning of this year, I was not even thinking of doing treats. But when I first did treats and saw how easy it was, I was like, well, I might as well add that to the mix, and you can get all in one with me. You can get cakes and you can get treats. So I pretty much have everything ready. I have my cakes ready, baked and chilled. I have my fillings, my buttercream is ready. The only filling I didn't make is my s'mores filling because I need to make it literally right when I'm going to use it. So I'm gonna make that quickly and we'll just get right into it. Oh, and if you like this type of content, please subscribe and let me know if this is something that you guys would like to continue seeing in long form content. And like this video, of course, and comment down below, engage with me, because it really helps my channel. And really quickly, while I'm doing that other filling, I need to try to do as much as I can before I leave, because I actually have to head out. So I'm trying to fill and crumb coat all of these cakes before I go, and then put them in the fridge for later so that I can decorate them all later. This is my little baking cart. It has basically everything I need in it. It is definitely overflowing. I need something new. I'm looking into a cabinet type of thing just for my baking stuff. It's just space in this house. My house is too small. Okay, so I'm starting off with the smash cake, and for this one I'm going to be using vanilla buttercream. I'm putting some buttercream down as my glue. Cake down, and this is gonna be kind of different. This is what I'm gonna do right now. I have some chocolate ganache, and I'm just going to lightly drizzle some here, and it's going to encapsulate the s'mores mixture that I made, just a little bit. One thing I need to get is more spatulas, because the way I use so many spatulas, because I hate to use the same one for different multiple things. Okay, so ganache there. Then some buttercream to create a dam. That's starting to think I made way too much s'mores filling. I forget how small these little smash cakes are. Let's do a double dam. S'mores filling. I made the hole a little bit bigger. The cookie pieces can't get through. The cookie pieces cannot get through. There you go. And then more ganache on top. And that should give us the s'mores look. First cake done and in the fridge. Next we have a vanilla cake with dulce de leche filling, and we're using vanilla buttercream for the crumb coat, glue, all that jazz. Out. Theodore. Let me go get more. For me, it's easier to place the buttercream for crumb coat like this instead of plopping it on top. But since I only have a little bit left to plop on top, I'm actually going to just do that. Plop it on top. I'm going to scoop it and... because I feel like when I do this, I don't know how much exactly I need. I feel like that might be enough. Okay, it's cake number 2 done. Okay, next up we have the chocolate cake, the triple chocolate cake, my personal favorite. And since this is going to be a top tier, I have 2 cake boards here because there's a smaller cut one and then like a bigger one, so that I can, the bigger one is still carried around, and then the smaller one is obviously for underneath the cake. And when I'm done, I'm gonna just pop this off, or pop the bottom one off, I should say, because then this one is the exact size of these cakes to go on the top tier. And I have it held together with like a piece of tape, which I'll then take off. Why is this my favorite cake? First of all, it's the very first cake I made. And excuse if you hear crazy stomping. Both kids are awake now and they're causing chaos upstairs. With their father, of course. And so yeah, so this was the first cake I ever made, which you can watch that video on my channel. I'll link it above. My first becoming a baker video. And it's a triple chocolate cake. So it's chocolate cake, of course. And then chocolate ganache on the inside, filling, and then covered in chocolate buttercream. I'm actually going to do a light layer of buttercream first. And the spatula I was using with chocolate, I'm just going to use it to spread this lightly. I think I put too much on this first layer. Kind of wanted something thin. Just to hold the ganache. My ganache is a little bit more runny this time. I don't know what happened with my ratio, but it is runnier. A little dam for the ganache. And fill. Could probably cut this a little bit bigger now, the hole, but whatever. Okay, we're falling. I jiggled a little bit too aggressively. Okay. Jiggled way too aggressively. Okay. Pop you up.
Up. Say.
Up what?
I see up.
Hold on, Theodore. Oh. Can you back up, please? You're in my space.
love the big cake.
You love the big cake?
Yeah. But this cake is good.
And third cake done. Okay, you guys, I am back. And I'm actually pivoting away from the cakes and going into the treats because I'm waiting to hear back on design updates. So I'll go ahead and start the treats and kind of have my stuff set up here around me as all the things I'm going to need. And with treats, I actually like to wear gloves because I hate the feeling of the chocolate on my fingers, even though you should definitely wash your hands every time. Like, I just wash my hands before putting these gloves on, but I don't like the feeling of the chocolate like on my fingers. I don't know. And I feel like because treats are more hands-on than cake, I feel like with cake you use tools, with treats you use your hands a lot. So I am making a dozen chocolate covered rods and a dozen caramel chocolate covered rods. So I'm just gonna lay out my pretzels and try to get them to, so pretzel rods are like at a slant, but if you like lay them down like this, then they're not. Or if you do it like, I don't know, sometimes they'll stay, sometimes they won't. Trying to let it, I mean, it doesn't matter. Once I dip, then they'll be fine. I use 2 caramels per rod. And I use the soft caramels. One time I made a mistake and got the chewy ones because that's what I thought it was. The first time I got the soft. Then the second time I couldn't remember if it was the chewy or the soft, and I got the chewy. And they were a lot harder to like knead like this, like dough. And I had to like put them in the microwave for like 5 seconds so that they could just soften. So don't make that mistake. Get the soft caramels. Once combined, I'm gonna roll it. And when I said treats are easy to make, they are, but they are a little time consuming depending on what you're doing. Like if you're just dipping the pretzels in chocolate, that it takes you no time. These caramel ones take me a little bit of time because I do have to knead the caramels and then roll each one, but the dipping process is so fast. I can dip in 5 minutes. So I have all of my pretzels wrapped in caramel, and I'm just dyeing my white chocolate green because we're going to do these all green with some green sprinkles. And for chocolate, like what I use a mix of almond bark and like chocolate melting wafers like this, like the Walmart brand or Merkins. Obviously stuff like that and Merkins are very expensive, so in order to keep costs down for clients so I can be affordable to them and for it to taste good, I do a mix of almond bark and that, because almond bark is actually not that great tasting. It's kind of like meh, like you can tell it's fake, but if you mix it with like a melting wafer, it tastes so much better. It tastes like real chocolate. All right, so I'm gonna heat it up for a little bit more. No, actually that's fine. So I'm gonna use a tall, like thermos type of cup, insulated cup, to keep the warmth in, and it's lined with a piping bag. And I'm just gonna pour all of the chocolate in here. This helps for me to not use as much chocolate, like using the piping bag. And this is a tall cup, so the the pretzel rods will go in just fine. Go in and out. I was not prepared. Okay. I do use a little hand massager to get the excess off. Go up and scrape the back and lay down. And now these have to be covered in sprinkles. Again, I'm not prepared. I need a plate. I need to get more paper plates. But while it's wet, I'm gonna pour the sprinkles. I had already laid it down. Or these aren't sprinkles, this is sanding sugar. Okay, I put you guys a tad bit closer and a little bit more like down. And that was all 12. So now I'm going to clean things up, move things out the way so then I can do the regular chocolate covered ones. But what I like about putting the chocolate in a piping bag is that basically I can store it right in here. If I needed to drizzle, then I can keep this to drizzle, but there's no drizzle. I'm done with this color, so I'm just going to move this chocolate down a little bit, zip tie this, and save it. My back is starting to hurt, so sitting it is. It took me a little long to make this chocolate mixture because I was trying to use another chocolate that I already had from like a previous order, and it was like a very light brown, and I was trying to mix it with fresh chocolate, which is like super dark, to try to get, but I think to try to get like just closer to this original brown. But I think I was just wasting more chocolate trying to get that really light color to get this dark, so I had to put this aside. Here, I'll show you how much I made. Put this aside, and I was using a little bit combined with more fresh chocolate to get the color that I wanted. You're turning. Stay straight. Okay. Now I have to melt some white chocolate to make the designs on these. And while I do that, I'm gonna let them dry. So another pause. Okay, so I forgot to turn the camera back on when I started adding the details to the brown chocolate dipped pretzel rods. But the design is basically footballs, and don't worry, I washed my hands. And I just put them like this so I can take my pictures, and now I'm about to put them in a storage container because I'm actually going to be taking these myself to the party. So the way I package them, instead of putting it in a like treat box, if I'm taking them and I'm going to put them on display, I'll put them in a airtight container type of thing. I put a paper towel at the bottom. I'm going to put a sheet of parchment paper. And then put the pretzels in. I'm gonna do all of these first because they'll actually like lay nicely together. And I have a little bit of space on the side, so I'm just gonna add some of these in. Probably only 2 fit, and I like to put these like this, going opposite direction. Okay, so now next layer, I'm going to do another sheet of parchment paper. Fold. And this is for tomorrow, so I know they'll keep well in here in a cool place. I'm basically gonna put them on my dining room table over there because we never turn on the lights over there, and it's a nice cool area. So they can't come up. And then this last piece of parchment paper, I'll put it on top. It's excessive, but I already used it. I'm gonna, or like this, so it can actually fit in here. Let's see. Yep. Go like this. And I need to add another piece of paper towel. The paper towel basically helps to avoid any moisture being trapped in here. Like, it sucks it out if there is any in there. I know there isn't, but it's like a way to keep it fresh. And lock that in, and I'm gonna set these aside, and we're gonna get back to the cakes. I also forgot that I was making little chocolate footballs, so I did that. Those are resting, drying. I have to do then one more like set, but let me wipe down my counter. I'm pretty sure I have to re-whip my chocolate buttercream, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Another pause here. You guys, I just went through so much stress because I went to re-whip my chocolate buttercream and it was splitting. It was not whipping right. And just so you guys know, right now it is 1:02 in the morning. I just spent over an hour trying to fix this buttercream because I refuse to let this batch of buttercream go to waste and like be done. And I don't have ingredients to make more. I would have to go early as heck in the morning and do more. And I was like, I'm determined to fixing this. And thank God for Gemini, Google Gemini. They helped me out. The robot helped me out. Apparently, I might have added way too much cocoa powder, causing it to split and not like the fat's not holding on to the cocoa powder. And oh my god, headache. It's still not like the texture look that I want. And I don't know if it's, you can see, I'll put it on the screen if you can see it when I'm editing. But like, at least it's smooth, because it just was not smooth. And I couldn't get it to be brown. Like, it was just not. I thought that putting cocoa powder in it would help it get brown, and instead of using so much food coloring. But I still had to use a shit ton of food coloring just to get it the shade I wanted to. So over an hour, you guys, I spent on this buttercream, and I'm tired. I'm sleepy. But I don't want to do this tomorrow morning. I think the only thing I'm going to even try to do in the morning is like finishing touches, and obviously putting the cake together, like assembling. So I need to get things done. I'm hoping that as I smooth this out, it looks okay. And like it told me to add more butter to it, and I still see like specks of butter, like it didn't fully incorporate, and I see them. At least it's smooth, but it's very soft. I need this here. I might have to chill this again and re-wet. But at least this one's done. My hands are so dirty. But this is the reality, and not everything is perfect. Chocolate is just not on my side today. But look at my little footballs. Okay, I'm going to do my best to continue recording me covering these cakes, but my camera is dying, and I am not going to be charging the phone right now because charging the camera or the batteries, because if I go upstairs and I see my bed, I'm going to sleep. So I'm going to stay quiet for the rest of this time so I can get this done. And if you think that this cake is leaning, it sure is. I didn't make sure it was straight when I crumb coated it earlier because I was in such a rush. But nothing that some buttercream can't fix. Just add a little more wherever it's leaning away, and it fixes itself pretty much. Okay, you guys, it is the next morning, and there's a lot that obviously you have missed, and I apologize for that. I finished decorating the cakes last night, but I only just assembled it this morning, and once I plopped this top tier on, I realized, oh crap, I did charge my batteries last night when I went to bed. And just so you guys know, I went to bed at 3:40 in the morning because this buttercream gave me hell chocolate was not in my favor. But this is what it's looking like. I have to, now that I have stacked it, I have to fill in all the gaps of sealing like the tier together. Last night I actually had decorated the top with some grass, and I realized today that I shouldn't have done that, because when I put the rod through, put the cake on top with the rod through, all of it like kind of came off and made a whole mess up here. So I tried to clean it off, scrape it off as much as I could, and like the little bits of green, they're still there. It's fine, it's gonna get covered anyway with more green. But as you can see, this is what it's looking like. Come on, focus camera so you guys can see. There we go. Yeah, the camera's picking up the lighting from the background, but here, this is how the cake is looking. Let's clip this on. I'm in my pajamas, please do not judge me. And we're going to fill in the little gaps. I have my buttercream here ready since yesterday, or I should say this morning. I've been awake probably over an hour-ish. More, maybe 2. Nope. Okay. Because I am touching the other buttercream, it is crumbling. Since it's solid, it's just like popping off. I should have just waited. See, I was gonna actually decorate this today. I just wanted to do like the base color last night, and I was like, no, because if I get the chance to sleep in, I do not want to, then I don't want to run late and rush to get this cake done. Because right now, like, this grass is not sticking to the cake. I like to do the back first just because I can figure out, troubleshoot before I get to the front. I think I got it. And this is exactly where I like to start, in the back, so I can get the hang of the piping. All right, there we go. And then I'm gonna do now the top. Adding this extra football that I had right on the side. I think there's gonna be a candle that's gonna go on here right in the middle. So, and voila, she's done. Here is the smash cake. The inspo did it like offset like this, like for them to be opposite, but they are done. I know that the whole decor portion of this video was completely gone because my battery died. And it's usually the most fun part to watch. So if you guys want me to record another video with another cake actually doing the decor part instead of the assembly part, then let me know in the comment section down below and I will gladly do that for you. I'm actually going to make another cake next week, a smaller version, just a small cake for my son. It's his birthday. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will actually add in some display pics at the end of this video, like how it is on the table with the treats, with the pretzels. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more videos, lifestyle content, mommy content, all that good stuff, beauty. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.